We're going to record to the cloud today, and I'm going to restart my playlist. And let's go ahead and get moving. We got 45 minutes, so we're going to try to make the most of it. So let's take our feet right under our hip points, slight bend in the knees, just to ground into the heels. Deep breath in, arms overhead, inhale, exhale, chin to chest, take a roll down. You don't have to go all the way. This is just to start to move the spine. Press into your heels as you roll up on an exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, chin to chest. Roll down one more time. And then on your next exhale, roll it up. Arms overhead one more time. Deep breath in. And exhale, hands come by your side. Now sit back into a chair squat. So I want you reaching your tailbone back. And I'm even kind of lifting my toes intuitively here to keep the weight in my heels. We're gonna push our hands back as we squat. And then as we lift, hands come up, your gaze can come up. Exhale, push back for 2 and sit. Inhale, stand. Exhale, push back. Inhale, reach up. So you can think about your hips following your hands or your hands following your hips, whichever one works for you. Inhale, up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Let's lift to our toes when we come up. Exhale, sit it down. Inhale, releve. Yeah, I'm wobbly too. If you're wobbly, I'm right there with you. This is our first balance challenge. Sit it back. Inhale, up. Now sit it back, hold it here. I want you to reach your fingertips forward. You're gonna circle your right arm, big circle. Your gaze can follow your hand. Sit it back, let's take it to the left. Big circle, gaze follows. Sit it back, hand forward. Right hand. Inhale. Exhale, left hand. Take it up and back. Sit it down. One more each direction. And sit it down. And let's go ahead and stand it up. We're gonna click our heels together, coming to a narrow plie. Let's hug a beach ball in front of us, shoulders down. We bend our knees, straighten. So as opposed to our squat, when we were reaching the hips back, we're gonna keep our shoulders over our hips now, back slides down a wall. Now let's add a wide step out to a wide plie, starting to the right. Looks like this. Step out, step in to the left. Just go back and forth. Nice. Let's do 4, 3, 2, last one. And go ahead and lift up. Now I want you to scoot over to the left a little bit. We're just starting to get the legs warmed up here. Take a big step out with your right leg. Your hips go back. Left leg stays straight. So we're coming into a side lunge here. When you get to your side lunge, you have your airplane arms to the side. I want you to rotate at the heart. Fingertips come towards your foot. And then re-establish that center hold. And then we step it up. Let's do one slow. Step out to the side lunge. Twist it. Back to your center. Step your feet together. One more slow. Take it out. Find the twist. Reestablish. And then stand it up. Let's go tempo. Out. Twist. Center feet together. Step it out. Twist. Now ground through your left heel. Take it out. Twist. Center. Good. 4 more. So as you're twisting, think about if you can make that happen from your rib cage. Last one all the way through. Okay, now step it out to your side lunge. We start that rotation, but we keep it going. You're pivoting all the way into either a crescent lunge right here. My toes are both pointed forward. My hips are squared forward. You can also hover your fingertips above the floor or bring them all the way down to the ground. So I would say the most challenging is that in-between place where you're hovering your fingertips. Now you're gonna ground through your front heel. You're gonna power through your back leg. Lift the knee up toward the ceiling. You've got a long line, head to toe. Bend your back knee, straighten. Bend, reach, bend, reach, bend, reach. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Now take your fingertips down to the floor if you didn't do that already. You're gonna plant the hand closest to me on the floor and twist away from me. I know, we just got to say hello to each other. Now we're turning away from each other, but I want you to get a big yawn for your body here. So your back arm opens up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, that hand comes down, and I want you to step your feet together. Here we are in our forward fold and roll it up, just like we did when we started our workout. Arms overhead, inhale, exhale, arms down. Now just turn and face me. We're on the other side of the mat, conveniently. We're gonna step out to our side lunge to the left side. Hips go back, it's like a half squat. Airplane arms, twist, take it to center, step it in. Let's do a few slow. Take it out, right leg stays straight, twist, come to center, step it in. So your right heel is where your power comes from. So ground into your right heel as you step it back in. Now let's go tempo. Out, twist, center, in. Woo, catch your breath. And in, step it out. Good, every time you step out, you're sitting back. 4 more all the way through. Take it in, take it out, twist, center, step it back. Okay, 1 more all the way through. Take the rotation, center, back. Now step out to your side lunge. Start to twist, keep it going. Take it all the way. Your toes are pointed forward. Your hips are pointed forward now. You're gonna lift up through the back leg. You either stay up here in a crescent lunge, or you take fingertips down, or hover. And that's the place where you're gonna feel your back glutes start to really light up. Now let's bend our back knee, reach, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. 4 more. 3, ground into that front heel. 2, last one. Plant the hand closest to me on the mat now and twist away from me. Nice big inhale, reach the fingertips up, gaze can come up. Exhale, fingertips down. Step your feet together. Let your head hang heavy for a moment here. Give it a nod, give it a shake, maybe end on a nod because we want to end with a positive affirmation, and then roll it up. Take your time rolling up. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, they come by our side. All right, I think we're warm. I'm warm, I hope you are as well. If you're gonna be using weights today, go ahead and grab them right now. If you're not using weights, you're gonna resist against the air. It works, trust me, try it. Let me know after class how it goes. Okay, parallel feet, just like in the warm-up. We're gonna sit back into a chair squat, just like in the warm-up. Now just hold this for a minute. See if there are things you can do with your form to really maximize here. I'm grounding into my heels. I'm even lifting my toes a little for now, just to find that. Reaching my tailbone back. So I've got a line from the crown of my head through my tailbone. Now I'm gonna make 2 right angles with my arms. I pull my elbows in, this is like a row, just so that they line up with my torso. Then I lift and reach my arms up. Then I bend my elbows for tricep press, reach up. Nice and slow, pull it down, reach it up. Now bend your elbows and reach. Pull it in. We're gonna speed it up in a moment. Now try to keep your head right above your neck here. Okay, let's go tempo. Pull, reach, bend, straighten. Pull, reach, bend, straighten. Sit it back. And then we stand tall. Pull it back, stand tall. So think under your armpits and then back of the arms. Pull it in. Bend, reach. Now weights are optional. You can always ditch them if they're not working for you today. We're gonna do 8 more. Option to add that releve up top, bend, straighten. So you lower your heels, then you lift your heels and balance. Pull, reach, bend, straighten. Sit it back, lift your heels. Ooh, I'm wobbly. 4 more. 3. 2 more. How straight can you make your arms here? Last one. I know my weights kind of disappear in the frame. And and take it down to that row, stand it up. Now from your hip points, rotate your legs open, click your heels together. I want you to find a mini bend here. We're gonna point the right toe out at a 45-degree angle. Keep your hips shining forward. Palms forward, weights right by your side. You lift the leg and the arm and tap, lift, tap. Good. Okay, so now that we got the movement going, let's make some adjustments. How tall can you stand, even though you're creating this imbalance? Press into your left heel, and then resist momentum on the way down with the foot and the arms. Gravity will try to pull you, but I kind of want you to show gravity who's boss. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now tap your foot down. Turn your palms back. Bend your left knee and sit your tailbone back. This is kind of where a squat meets a plie, okay? So we're still in that external rotation. Palms come forward. You're gonna ground into your left heel as you lift your right foot, comes back with the arms, tap it forward. Tap it back, tap it forward. So this is balance. You're gonna notice your left leg heating up even more because when you add that bend, we're adding a little more load. Take it forward, take it back, take it forward, take it back. Keep the breath going. Try the inhale here, exhale. 2 more, take it forward. Last one, good. Now tap the foot back. I want you to deepen your bend, deepen your hinge. Keep your foot at a 45-degree angle. Now behind you, palms in, lift the leg and arms. Lift, tap. So I'm trying not to wobble too much in my hips. I'm trying to isolate this movement in my right leg. And of course, the minute I say that is when I start to lose balance. So we are really kind of zooming in on the gluteus medius in the right leg. And then the back of the arms are getting more work. You can imagine the arm pull coming from even the upper back. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Straighten it up, give it a wiggle. You can even roll through your feet a couple of times because that's a lot of work for the foot to stabilize. Okay, back to your narrow V. Micro bend here, arms to the side. This time left toes come out. We just lift the arms and leg, lower, lift, lower. I'm keeping my turnout. It's coming from my hip joint. So it's coming from the top of my thigh bone, really. Up, 7. Just like before, we're gonna try to resist momentum. That's what makes this create change. 3, 2, last one. Now keep the foot right where it is. Sit your butt back. Deepen the bend in your right leg. Hands come forward, palms down. Hands and foot come back. Take it forward. Take it back. And you can work in that 45 angle range. So it's like you're drawing a semicircle. I noticed I got a little carried away when I went back the first time. That's what this leg likes to do. It just likes to take it to the extreme. But it's okay to stay in that 45-degree range. Take it back. Now I'm still sitting back. You can deepen your knee bend even more than me if you want to. Take it back. Take it forward. Take it back. Take it forward. Now take it back, hold it there. Palms face in, arms reach out at an angle. 45 degrees with that leg. See, it did it again. We lift and tap. Lift, tap. You can deepen your knee bend a little more here on the right side. It's not gonna be a high leg lift because we're keeping our hips kind of shining forward. That will limit our range of motion. That's okay, that's by design. We're using the muscles, not momentum. Up, up. How about 4 more? 4, 3, 2, last one. Take it in. 1 more plie series. Heels together. Wrap your inner thighs out, or imagine that's what you're doing. Come to your plie. Option to press the heels together. Let's bring our arms up to goal post on either side, and we just bring the elbows in, out. Now I'm gonna sink a little lower in my plie, because I know that we won't be here for that much longer. We have like 30 seconds here. Press your heels together, whether they're lifted or not. And both are options. Sink it down a little lower. Keep drawing your knees back. Use your mind's eye to have them track toward the middle of your foot. 7, 6, 5. These isometric holds like we're doing with the legs, they're really great for building strength and muscle memory. 2 more. Last one. And go ahead and take it up. Your feet can come forward again. I'm going to roll down and set my weights down. If you have your weights in your hands, you can do that as well. And then roll it up. Let's noodle our arms. No right or wrong here. Let your body be free. Just going back and forth. All right, that's it for weights today. So I'm going to get those out of the way. And let's bring our chairs in for our bar work. So as I mentioned when we joined, I'm going to have my chair starting on the left side today. I just like to kind of mix it up, left, right, to make sure we're equal opportunity, okay? I'm going to get it nice and stable here on my mat, but I want the chair facing us, which is a little bit different than what we usually do. You've got a little bit of space between you and the chair as you come down to a wide plie. So before we even start to move, let's sink into it. Knees track toward the third toe, shoulders over hips. I'm going to dig down as low as I can go, pushing into my heels. I'm going to take my fingertips right at the back of my head. Elbows are slightly in. I can see them in my peripheral vision. We're going to reach down with the right arm toward the knee and then lift it up. Let's go tempo. Reach, lift, reach. So we're holding the legs isometrically. Just talked about that. That's really great work for the legs. And then we're getting ab work here. 4 more. 3, you're probably feeling some heat building in the legs. Good, now hold it here. Now we take to the other side with a little extra something. We lean over, we straighten the left leg. We reach the right toes out. I'm trying to keep my shoulders open, and I can get that leg as high so that it's level with my torso. So you might be here, you might be here. I want a long line from shoulder to toe to hip. And then we take it back down to our plie, and we lean it over. Let's go tempo here. It's plie, lean, plie, lean, plie. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Okay, if you were just getting used to that, don't worry, we're gonna put those together. So we lean right, center, left, center, right, center, left. Just take those 2 pieces, put them together. 4 more. Now I'm barely putting weight on my hands. At least that's the goal. You know, it might not always work out that way, that's okay. And lean. Last one all the way through. Now hold your lean. Reestablish your form. Decide how low you want to go into your lean. Shoulder, hip, foot are in line. We tap the toe down, lift, tap, lift. Now my toe's not actually touching the ground, so tap is an image. Yours might be down, up, 4. And then this hand can always come to your hip if that feels better for you. Good, now hold the leg up. Knee comes into your chest. Press it out. Bring it in towards your chest like you're sliding it on a table in front of you. Faster. In, reach, in, reach. Okay, let's put those 2 moves together. So the toe comes down, we lift, bend it in, reach, down, up, bend, reach. Keep going, same tempo. So what you'll notice is that yes, we're working the legs. Yes, your standing leg is supporting you, and you're feeling that. And your entire core is working, your abs are working to maintain this position. Last one. In, now reach and hold, just a little lift up, up, up. Ooh, can you open your hips? Mine, we're starting to close. 8 more here. 8, 7, 6. Can you lift up out of your hand? 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, step it down. My legs are shaky. Breaks are encouraged. Now you're going to turn towards your chair. Hands come to either side of it. We're going to line our shoulders up right over our hands. Step your feet back under your hips. Now we are beautifully squared off here, meaning right and left side is getting equal weight. Can you maintain that as you extend your right leg behind you? We've got a long spine, so I'm going to reach my tailbone away, reach the crown of my head forward, shift forward a little, and then lift up out of my wrists as much as I can. Now we tap the toe, down, lift, down, lift. This is coming from the glute, from the hamstring, from the leg. We're trying to keep the back nice and still, isolating this movement in the leg. And then just like before, the abs and the core are working really hard to maintain this position. Now I want you to think about how little weight can you put into your hands. That will bring it more into the core. 2 more. Now hold the leg up. We bend the knee, in, reach, in, reach. Doesn't have to come super far. It's really about the extension. So how strongly can you reach your toes away from you? Like you're trying to kick something away behind you. Okay, now we combine just like before. We tap it down, lift, knee in, reach, tap, lift, knee in, reach, tap. Who needs to take a deep breath? I just realized I did. Take it down, take it up. Last one all the way through. Okay, now hold your leg long behind you. I know, I'm right there with you. It's our grand finale on this side. We've got the leg lifted up. We're gonna bend at the knee, flex the foot, check in with your hips, level them out again, and little press up, up. So you can think about this coming from the thigh. And it's, again, the glute and the hamstring are getting quite a workout here. And I know your standing leg is feeling it. That is by design. Both of those actions are so good for us and so great to build strength. Let's do 8, 7, 6. Keep your head nice and lifted. Mine was starting to sink because I always like to see what's going on. And then step your foot down. Take your hands, we gotta stretch here, flat on the chair, anywhere that feels right. Take your feet a little bit wider and then reach your tailbone back. This is like a delicious downward facing dog with almost no weight on the hands. So it's all about the hamstring stretch. Now bend the knee closest to me. Keep the back leg straight and then switch. We're just gonna pedal through that a few times. And you can start to let your upper body rotate in opposition to the knee. Get a nice stretch for the triceps. Remember we did those tricep reaches before? This is a great way to stretch that out too. And then let's hold center. I want you to imagine your fingers are a paintbrush. Paint down your chair, paint your mat, and then paint up your legs as you roll it up. Take a deep breath at the top and exhale. Okay, we're ready to take it to side 2. Whew, that was kind of funny. I took a step and this leg, your left leg, was like, what just happened? Don't worry, right leg is gonna get the same treatment. So set up your chair, feet facing in, and we start with our wide plie. So first I want you to check your form again. Knees toward the middle of the foot. That might mean drawing your knees back. It might mean adjusting your stance or your feet. It's all good. Fingertips behind your head. Now we start with the lean to the left and center. We're gonna do a few on this, just this direction to find the movement here. We have 8, 7. So I'm imagining my back sliding along a wall. Shoulders stay in line with each other. 3, 2. Okay, we're gonna take the lean to the right. We'll do a couple slow leg lifts. Remember, it's not about how high the leg goes. It's about keeping it in line with your torso, more or less. So you find the right place for you and then take it down. Lean it over. You really need to ground through your right foot. Now we go tempo. It's up, down. So I'm not able to even lean over as much because I just don't have time. And that's okay. 4, 3, 2. You ready to put them together? Let's go right into it. So it's lean left, center, lift, center, lean, center, lean, and lift, center. It's a good place to breathe. And lean, center. Are you feeling that oblique work? So side of the torso. I definitely am. We have 4 more. So it's like we're getting some abs in as we're doing all this standing work, leg work. 2 more. Last one, we're gonna hold the lean, hold the leg lift, tap the toe, lift, tap, lift. Now remember, this hand can go on the hip. That feels better for you. And then we're trying to stay open here. So I've still got my back against that same wall. 4 more. 3. How light can your fingers or hand be on the chair? Now bring the knee into your chest. Reach it long. 1 more slow. Slide it along that table in front of you. Now we go tempo. In. 3, 2. Now we combine. Our toe comes down. Lift. Knee in. Reach. Okay, if you feel like this side is harder, yeah, it is. But we're almost done. That's the good news. We've already worked the left leg so much, just from that stabilizing work, that we're getting like a little extra on the side. 2 more. That might have been a bonus too, I'm gonna be honest. Why not? Take it and now hold the leg out, little lift up, 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 up. Just when you think you can't do it anymore, let's just do 8. Take a deep breath in and exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Turn towards your chair. Take your leg with you. I felt like I needed to do that. All right. Hands on either side of the chair. Remember, we're going to square off our hips and our shoulders, long spine, and then your left leg reaches out behind you, trying to keep that nice long spine. Back is still, and then let's lift the leg up, tap. Keep going. I'm going to adjust my other foot. So I'm trying to get my shoulders more or less over my hands-ish, up and down. And then I'm going to try to kind of lift out of my wrists a little bit. This is great practice for plank work. 4 more. Long neck. 2. Now hold the leg up. Knees coming in towards your chest. It comes in. Reach. Emphasize the reach. Don't worry so much about the bend. We want to bring it in, but it's really to create that opportunity to reach it back out. Bend, reach. Now we put it together. We tap the toe down, lift, bring it in. Okay, so can you put your brain in your glutes? Let your glutes do this work. And lift. And what I mean by that is I don't want other things taken over. So again, lifting out of your wrists, let your abs do some of the work. In, reach, tap, lift, in, reach. Your back is working to keep you nice and strong, but it should be more or less still. Okay, hold the long leg, round into your back heel. Now I want you to bend the knee, flex the foot, press it up, up. This is the one where we raise the roof with our heel. It's a good trick. Functional movement for sure. Keep going. It is functional movement. We can talk about that after class. Okay, we're almost there. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and step it down. Whew. Okay, we get that lovely stretch now. Your feet can be a little bit wider than your hips. They can be under your hips. Honestly, whatever your body is asking of you is what you should do right now, including taking a break. Reach your tailbone back. Reach the crown of the head forward. See if you can draw your shoulders away from the chair a little bit, and then bend the knee closest to me, and then bend the knee farthest away from me, and just pedal through back and forth at your own pace. And then you can start to rotate and even look under your armpit to get a nice stretch there. Let's do one more each direction. And then settle in the center. Hands are paintbrushes again. We're going to paint down the chair. Paint along the floor, or maybe you're just a little above it, and then paint up your legs as you roll up. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale. Whew. We made it through the bar work. So let's go ahead and move our chairs out of the way. We're going to take it down to the mat for some abs. So I'm going to be a little bit angled towards you so you can see what's going on. You can be profile, you can be facing me. I'll make sure I cue us through this, but I just want you to be able to see what's going on here. So I've got my knees in line with my hips. I'm sitting up tall, grounding through my heels. I'm going to reach my hands forward. Now I've got a long spine, and I can probably grow an inch. So I'm going to lift the crown of my head up, tailbone or sits bones press into the floor. From here, I hinge it back. So I go back for 2, exhale up for 2. So you decide how far that hinge goes. It might be tiny. It doesn't take much. Try the exhale as you go back. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Nice. So now we're just getting used to this movement. Okay, we're gonna hold it about halfway. So we still are lengthening through the spine, but I've created sort of a V shape with my thighs and my torso. I'm gonna take my arms just a little higher. Now you can always tuck a pillow or a ball behind your back if that feels good to you. Otherwise, you're gonna lift up, press your sits bones into the floor. Now take it 1 inch up, 1 inch back, 1 inch back, 1 inch up. So it's a little up, take it to your starting point, a little back, starting point. Now you decide the best place for your hands. Might be forward, might be a little higher, which will definitely add some load. Another option is take your hands behind your head, just like we did with the plie work. And that adds the most challenge here. Take it back, take it forward, take it back. How about 4 more? 3 more. Try to keep my earlobes in line with my shoulders. My head is comfortable. It's just along for the ride. Last one. Up, halfway, back, halfway. Go ahead and sit it up. Lengthen through the spine. Grab onto your shins. Inhale. Exhale, round, just to give yourself a little break. And then come up. We've got one more round of abs. We're going to change it up a little bit. So find your long spine again. Also, always an option to take your legs long if that feels better for your hip flexors. Play with it. Make the movement your own. I want us to hinge back to that challenge point, about that halfway point. I want you to take the hand closest to me over the hand farthest from me. And then you're going to rotate. Now you're keeping your hip points evenly weighted, but you're rotating at the chest toward me. We pull the hands down toward the floor, bring it up to center. Stay on the side. Twist, center, twist, center. Doesn't take much for these. So we'll do 4 more. 3, 2, hold it center. Now just switch your hands. You're going to turn away from me. Can you relax your shoulders a little? We twist, come center, twist. I don't know if you saw my shirt. It says relax your shoulders. Guess what? We only have 2 more. 2, Last one. And take it up. Nice deep breath in. We're ready for some plank work. Yeah, we're gonna get the planks in today. Go ahead and just roll right over. So I'm gonna take my head toward the right side of my mat this time. And then my knees start out under my hips. Let's go ahead and do a forearm plank since we already did all that chair work on our hands. You're welcome to come back up to a straight arm one if that's better for you. Shoulders under, or elbows under shoulders, shoulders over elbows. I like hands wide on the mat, and I like to use my whole forearm to support me here. Now I'm gonna start to walk my knees back so that I can find that place where my shoulders and my hips are in line with each other. That's the goal. So you can stay right here. This is already a ton of great core work. If you'd like to tuck your toes under, come up to a full plank, go for it. We're gonna hold it here for about a minute-ish. I'll say ish. That's the goal. So I want us to lengthen through the crown of the head, lengthen through the heels. Can you get your butt in line with your shoulders? That's always the challenge for me in these forearm planks. I'm really using everything I've got with my forearms and my hands to give me something to ground into here. Now we're gonna start to add a hip dip. So the hip closest to me should be your left hip comes down toward the floor, center, back hip down, center, dip, center. You can do this with your knees down too. Totally works. We've done a lot of oblique work. That's a good thing. Every time you twist, when you twist and reach, that's what we're using. So we're training for life. One more each direction. Hold it here. One long, strong hold. Find the length again. Keep pushing into the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. They come wide. Go ahead and walk yourself back to a child's pose. It's already time to stretch it out. I don't know about you, but that workout flew by for me today. Settle into a child's pose. You can have your forehead on the floor. I'm keeping mine up just because it'll mess up my microphone if I go all the way. Okay, once you've settled into this comfortable child's pose for you, I want you to walk your hands toward me. And then reach your opposite hip away from me and sink it towards your heel or even to the outside of your heel. Take a nice deep breath in here and exhale. Big, big breath. Fill up your torso. Breathe into the side of the body. And then start to walk your hands over to the other side. You're going to sink your hip down. So the hip closest to me is reaching. And then the hands are reaching in opposition. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. And bring it in. And exhale, bring it in. That was supposed to be the breath. I don't know what happened to my words there, but I think you knew what I meant. Bring it back to center. We're gonna restack in all fours. Now I want you to step the leg closest to me. It'll be your left leg if you're mirroring me between your hands. It doesn't have to be graceful. That certainly wasn't. And then I want you to walk up. Your knee can be wherever it feels comfortable. I've got mine right under my hip. And then I've got my front knee over my ankle. We're actually going to bring our hands to our hips and just rock it forward a little and then rock it back a little. Rock it forward. Now, if this doesn't feel great on your back knee, it's okay. You have a great option to just find a runner's lunge, and you can do tiny little rocks right there. They both feel amazing to me. This one's going to get a little bit more into the hips, or at least it does for me. Play around with it. And then let's settle here right where we started. Bring your fingertips down to the floor. Untuck your toes behind you. Shift your hips back. And then that left hip, I want you to nudge it back a little bit. See, mine was forward here. I'm gonna bring it back and get a better stretch in my leg. Now we lengthen through the crown of the head as we reach the heart down toward the knee or the thigh, whatever's under there. Take a nice deep breath in. Flex your toes. The more you flex your front foot, the more you might feel it up the back of the leg as well. And then on your next exhale, just start to walk it back to where we started in our all fours. And we're going to swing the right leg through. So the other leg, get your knee wherever it feels comfortable underneath you. And then more or less above your ankle in the front. Square your hips forward. Hands can go on your hips. Relax your shoulders. Heed my shirt. And we kind of sway forward and back. Doesn't take much. This is really lovely mobility work. And if you're paying attention to fitness stuff lately, it seems to be like mobility is all the rage. And it always has been. This is so important for us to keep walking strong and moving the ways we want to move. So finding these little moments where you can just explore your range of motion, stretching in different ways. All right, fingertips down to the floor. And then we rock it back further. The hips reach back. We lengthen the leg. And I'm going to nudge my right hip back. So you can't see that one, but same thing. I even like to take my hand right to my hip crease and sort of push it back a little bit. Flex your toes. Maybe think about bringing your pinky toe even closer. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, lengthening through the spine if you haven't done that. And then we start to walk it back to all fours. Let's do a couple of cat-cows here because that'll just feel really nice. So let's reach the tailbone up. That starts a wave in your spine. Your heart drops, your gaze lifts, and then your heart can even reach a little bit almost like through your arms. And then exhale, tuck your tailbone under. Start to round your spine. Head drops heavy. I'm looking at my thighs and I'm reaching the middle of my back up. And then inhale, reverse. Go back and forth a few times. Exhale, using your own breath. And again, exploring that range of motion. Inhale. Exhale, round. And then take it right back to where we started. We're going to tuck our toes under. I like to walk my hands forward just a little bit. And we're going to come up through a downward facing dog. Try your down dog with the hips reaching toward the ceiling first, even keeping knees bent. Once you get there and you have that sensation of reaching tailbone up, try straightening your legs and heels come down toward the floor. They may or may not land there. I'm pushing the floor away. Got my ears between my upper arms and I'm still reaching my tailbone up. Breath in. And then exhale, start to walk your feet in towards your hands. One last forward fold here. Let's enjoy it. So you can have a deep knee bend, you can have legs straight. I want this to be whatever feels right to you right now. Listen to the wisdom of your own body. Now you can have hands on shins, on the floor. You can even clasp opposite elbows. Let your head hang heavy. If you're clasping elbows, try a little sway side to side. Actually, even if you have your hands on your shins or the floor, it feels good to sway a little. And then settle in the middle. Now I want us to all bend our knees a little bit more as we start to roll up. Big stretch for the back. Tuck your tailbone under. Your shoulders stack over your hips. We inhale, arms up. Exhale. Turn toward me. One more deep breath all together. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Push the air away. Standing tall. We're all done. I think I ended right on time today. I'm feeling really good about that. So I'm going to come in and say hi and stop the recording. If you can hang around and check in, let me know how the workout went for you today. I'd love to hear. And if you have to go, I get it. I understand. Let me just stop the recording.
Hi, Leslie. How